2021. My name is Pearlie Hunter. Side effects that's happening with me every single morning do include personal development, mindset transformation, paradigm shifts, and the ability to think your way to success. So, drop me something that you're grateful for. I'm super grateful that you are here for the read this morning. Super grateful for this day. Super grateful for my life. I'm grateful for my children, grateful for my spouse, my parents, grateful for just to feel good this morning, grateful for the ability to learn some new ideas to think from this morning, grateful to be exercising my mental muscle, grateful to have like-minded individuals all around me, grateful for the support that I have each and every day, grateful for my life, grateful for light, right? I'm grateful for light. Crystal says, so grateful, coach. Everything is a blessing, queen. I feel amazing. Yes, that's awesome. Me too. It's a good day. Have my cute little shirt on, girl. I was waiting to wear this shirt. I love this shirt. It's so cute. It's like my weekend is all booked. All booked. Okay. So let's get the daily word read. Get that going really quick. Daily word. June 4th. My birthday is in 20 days. I'm excited. All right. I love this word. The daily word is prosperity. Okay. Prosperity. The richness of life surrounds me. Prosperity is mine to claim every time I notice the overflowing blessings all around me. If my narrow definition of prosperity limits its meaning to material wealth alone, I risk missing the richness of life. I can find prosperity everywhere. The more I am able to see, the more I will discover. Perhaps I am rich in friendships, or I experience a burst or outpouring of creativity. I may notice the bounty of beauty in nature, or feel the unconditional love of a beloved pet. I might enjoy the luxury of a moment of stillness during a busy time, or the sensory richness of a delicious meal. When I open my mind and heart to the world around me, I become ever aware of how I abound in prosperity. Do you not say, 4 months more, then comes the harvest? But I tell you, look around you and see how the fields are ripe for harvesting. And that's John 4:35. Okay. So prosperity, I am prosperous, right? What's the affirmation? The richness of life surrounds me, right? The richness of life surrounds me. I also like I am prosperous as an affirmation. I'm gonna go listen to the recording. What did you think, Queen? Did you enjoy it? This book is deep. This book is good. Let's pull our card. I could literally read this whole thing. It's a really, really good book. And it's one of those books that, yeah, we're gonna read it and we're gonna go on to the next book. But I feel like this is one of those books that you might want to just, peek into every day, every week. You can just flip through and find something good to read. You can just go to your book and open it and see what page you land on, and just read that for the day. That's what I'm gonna start doing with some of my books. Um, just start, even if I'm not reading them cover to cover, I'm gonna just start opening them and getting a lesson, right? A lesson. Oh, here go our card. Zoom this one on the back. All right, let's see what we got. So we have a be impeccable with your word, replace fear with love. So this is the Four Agreements deck. The Four Agreements was like the fifth book that we read. Four Agreements by Dami Guelph Ruiz. All about self-mastery. Another great book. Loved it. Okay. So replace fear with love. She easy breezy, right? That's how we are. The human mind is like a fertile ground where seeds are continually being planted. The human mind is like a fertile ground where seeds are continually being planted. When you are impeccable with your word, your mind is no longer fertile ground for the words that come from fear. Your mind is only fertile for the words that come from love. Mm, right? So we have a choice. We can stand guard at the door of our mind and we can decide what's coming in and what's going out, right? We have control over that. So then the other card we got is don't take anything personally. Okay. Don't take anything personally. Why would you do that? Right? When you see other people as they are without taking it personally, you can never be hurt by what they say or do. Even if others lie to you, it is okay. They are lying to you because they are afraid you will discover that they are not perfect. Okay? Because they are not perfect. They are afraid. That's good. All right, then let's get the read started. Okay, so today we're doing chapters 9, 10, and 11. Chapters 1 through 8 is on YouTube. Okay, so subscribe to my YouTube page to watch the replays. If you didn't watch those, good morning, King. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so let's get started. I'm super excited. I'm excited. I like the flow of YouTube. I like how the videos line up. And so I want to keep it short. So let me get to going. I'm like, I don't want my YouTube video to be an hour long, right? So let's get started. Chapter 9. This is The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. Okay. So chapter 9, preparing your place. And all mine are thine, and thine are mine. John 17:10. Thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. Revelations 14:15. All is yours. Do not go seeking for that which you are. Appropriate it, claim it, assume it. Everything depends upon your concept of yourself. That which you do not claim as true of yourself cannot be realized by you. The promise is, whosoever hath, to him it shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that which he seemeth to have. Hold fast in your imagination to all that is lovely and of good report, for the lovely and the good are essential in your life, if it is to be worthwhile. Assume it. You do this by imagining that you already are what you want to be and already have what you want to have. Okay. You do this by imagining that you already are what you want to be and already have what you want to have. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Be still and know that you are that which you desire to be, and you will never have to search for it. In spite of your appearance of freedom of action, you obey, as everything else does, the law of assumption. Whenever you may think of the question of free will, the truth is your experiences throughout your life are determined by your assumptions, whether conscious or unconscious. An assumption builds a bridge of incidents that lead inevitably to the fulfillment of itself. Man believes the future to be the natural development of the past, but the law of assumption clearly shows that this is not the case. Your assumption places you psychologically where you are not physically. Then your senses pull you back from where you were psychologically to where you are physically. Okay. So we're talking about the imagination here, going to where you want to be, right? The wish fulfilled, going there in your imagination before you is realized in the physical. It is these psychological forward motions that produce your physical forward motions in time. Okay. It is these psychological forward motions when you take yourself to that place where you want to be that produce your physical forward motions in time. Okay. So this is how we can start tapping into the spiritual side of success, right? The spiritual side, not necessarily working for it physically, right? On the outside, picking up another shift or whatever, but using our mind to create and attract some things that we want. Precognition permeates all the scriptures of the world. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. And now I have told you before it came to pass, that when it is to come to pass, ye might believe. Okay, so that was John 14, 2, 3, and 29. All right, now he's about to explain it for us. The I in this quotation is your imagination, which goes into the future, into one of the many mansions. Mansion is the state desired. Telling of an event before it occurs physically is simply filling yourself into the state desired until it has the tone of reality. You go and prepare a place for yourself by imagining yourself into the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Okay? We can go prepare our own places. We don't need nobody to give us ish, right? You go and prepare a place for yourself by imagining yourself into the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Then you speed from this state of the wish fulfilled, where you have not been physically, back to where you were physically a moment ago, right? So you get down, you go to a quiet spot, you close your eyes, and you use your imagination. You develop that mental muscle. Then, with an irresistible forward movement, you move forward across a series of events to the physical realization of your wish, that where you have been in imagination, there you will be in the flesh also. Unto the place from whence the rivers come, thither they return again. Ecclesiastes 1:7. Okay. So that was chapter 9. I liked it. I loved it. It was deep. Okay. Everything depends upon our concept of ourselves. I truly believe it. Right. And that's the thing. That's why, a lot of times when people, they're waiting to get to where they want to go before they become what they say they want to become. You know what I'm saying? So don't be that person. Don't wait until you have all your ducks in a row to be this outstanding, positive, happy, peaceful, loving, light-filled person, right? Do it now. Do it now. And that's going to help put you in that place physically faster if you do it now. But if you waiting to grow, right? If you waiting until everything is perfect according to how you say is perfect, that might never happen. Okay. Chapter 10, creation. I am God, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times things that are not yet done. Isaiah 46:10. Creation is finished. Creativeness is only a deeper receptiveness for the entire contents of all time and all space, while experienced in a time sequence, actually coexist in an infinite and eternal now. In other words, all that you ever have been or ever will be, in fact, all that mankind ever was or ever will be, exists now. This is what is meant by creation, and the statement that creation is finished means that nothing is ever to be created, it is only to be manifested. Okay? What is called creativeness is only becoming aware of what already is. You simply become aware of increasing portions of that which already exists. The fact that you can never be anything that you are not already, or experience anything not already existing, explains the experience of having an acute feeling of having heard before what is being said, or having met before the person being met for the first time, or having seen before a place or thing being seen for the first time. Right? So that's like deja vu. Have you ever had a moment of deja vu? Like, hold up, I've been here before, or this feels so familiar. It probably is, right? The whole of creation exists in you, and it is your destiny to become increasingly aware of its infinite wonders and to experience ever greater and grander portions of it, right? It's our destiny to run into this information, to learn this stuff. It's our destiny to change our lives. It's our destiny to have the know-how to create our heaven on earth, right? To really live. You know how they say everybody dies, but not everybody live? That's because they don't know what we know, right? We really living. We really learning how to really live and operate with the universe in the right way, right? To have abundance and prosperity and everything that was our birthright, right? Everything that God wanted us to have, the creator wanted us to have. Okay. If creation is finished and all events are taking place now, the question that springs naturally to the mind is, what determines your time track? That is, what determines the events which you encounter, right? And the answer is your concept of yourself. Your concept of yourself determines the events which you encounter. Concepts determine the route that attention follows. Okay? So what you're thinking about is what you're giving your attention to. So concepts determine the route that attention follows. Here is a good test to prove this fact. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. You will observe that as long as you remain faithful to your assumption, so long will your attention be confronted with images clearly related to that assumption. For example, if you assume that you have a wonderful business, you will notice how in your imagination, your attention is focused on incident after incident relating to that assumption. Friends congratulate you, tell you how lucky you are. Others are envious and critical. From there, your attention goes to larger offices, bigger bank balances, and many other similarly related events. Persistence in this assumption will result in actually experiencing, in fact, that which you assume. The same is true regarding any concept. If your concept of yourself is that you are a failure, you would encounter in your imagination a whole series of incidents in conformance to that concept. Thus, it is clearly seen how you, by your concept of yourself, determine your present, that is, the particular portion of creation which you now experience, and your future, that is, the particular portion of creation which you will experience. Okay? So, our concepts of ourselves, right? What do you think you're capable of? Right? What do you think you're worthy of? How do you speak about yourself, about what you can do and what you can accomplish? Do you have self-limiting beliefs and self-limiting thoughts? Right? Do you count yourself out before you even get started? Because if you do, then you creating the reality for yourself. Right? In the moment that you start changing that, the reality will start changing. Will it happen overnight? Probably not. Right? Don't expect it to be a microwave blessing. Just know, as long as you're doing the work on yourself, you're doing the right work, right? As long as you're working to change positively internally, externally, the positive is going to reflect that. Okay. Chapter 11, interference. You are free to choose the concept you will accept of yourself. Therefore, you possess the power of intervention, the power which enables you to alter the course of your future. The process of rising from your present concept to a higher concept of yourself is the means of all true progress. Okay? The process of rising from your present concept to a higher concept of yourself is the means of all true progress. Right? So when you start thinking differently and better about yourself, you start treating yourself better, right? Um, I know that's fact, especially for me, like with the health thing. Like the more and more that you learn and you start working on yourself, you don't want to be putting this food in your body that's toxic. You know what I'm saying? Got all these chemicals in it, stuff that you know is not good. Now, before we became aware to all of this, I was just doing what I was taught, right? This is just what we eat. This is how it's been. This is how it's been. But you have to start exposing yourself to better, right? Start exposing yourself to better. Is better out there for all of us. Okay? The process of rising from your present concept to a higher concept of yourself is the means of all true progress. The higher concept is waiting for you to incarnate it in the world of experience. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us, unto him be the glory. Okay. Crystal had an MOC. Okay, Queen. Yes, MOC. What that mean? Moment of clarity, right? It was a light bulb moment. Something just shifted, right? Something shifted in her paradigm. Something was like, you know what I'm saying? It made sense. So if you have any of those, right? If you watch the replay, let me know about it. I want to know. MOC. All right. Him that is able to do more than you can ask or think is your imagination. And the power that worketh in us is your attention. Understanding imagination to be him that is able to do all that you ask, and attention to be the power by which you create your world, you can now build your ideal world. Okay? Imagine yourself to be the ideal you dream of and desire. Imagine yourself to be the ideal you dream of and desire. You, not your mama, not your daddy, right? Not nobody else. What do you dream of for yourself? How do you see yourself as your best self, your best and highest version of you, right? Remain attentive to this imagined state. And as fast as you completely feel that you are already this ideal, it will manifest itself as reality in your world, right? Remain attentive to this imagined state every day. Every day, go there. Go to your happy place, right? I call it my happy place. My happy place. I want to go here. I want to go here. I want to imagine, right? I want to get away from the pressures of the world, everything, all the negativity that's surrounding us, and go to the happy place where everything is peaceful, everything is positive, everything is exactly the way I want it to be, ideally. Okay. Remain attentive to this imagined state, and as fast as you completely feel that you are already this ideal, it will manifest itself as reality in your world. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. The mystery hid from the ages, Christ in you, the hope of glory. Okay, about to explain it. The he in the first of these quotations is your imagination. As previously explained, there is only one substance. This substance is consciousness. It is your imagination which forms this substance into concepts, which concepts are then manifested as conditions, circumstances, and physical objects. Okay, I'm going to read that part again. As previously explained, there is only one substance. This substance is consciousness. It is your imagination which forms this substance into concepts. Okay, so when they say your concept of yourself, your imagination, you can use your imagination to form a whole new concept of yourself, right? which concepts are then manifested as conditions, circumstances, and physical objects. Thus, imagination made your world. This supreme truth, with but few exceptions, man is not conscious of. Okay? The mystery, Christ in you, referred to in the second quotation, is your imagination, by which your world is molded. The hope of glory is your awareness of the ability to rise perpetually to higher levels. Christ is not to be found in history nor in external forms. You find Christ only when you become aware of the fact that your imagination is the only redemptive power. Right? I like that. You find Christ only when you become aware of the fact that your imagination is the only redemptive power. Good morning, Barbara. I didn't know you was on here. Hey, Queen. Hey, girl, you showed up on the YouTube. Okay. When this is discovered, the towers of dogma will have heard the trumpets of truth, and like the walls of Jericho, crumble to dust. Okay. So that's interference. That was interference, right? This is all about awareness, right? That's what it's called, the power of awareness. Um, Using your imagination, changing your concept of yourself. How divine, we read Zig Ziglar right before this, see you at the top. And that taught us all about how to basically love ourselves, right? How to operate out in the world positively, how to treat other people the way you want to be treated, basically, how to have a healthy self-image, how to lead healthy relationships with yourself and other people, right? And now we learning how pivotal these healthy concepts are. It's pivotal to have a healthy concept. It's pivotal to affirm good things over your life and yourself, right? It's pivotal to believe in yourself when the chips is down, right? It's pivotal because you have power in that moment. You have redemptive power through your imagination. Okay? Where people feel powerless, like they can't do nothing, like God is so far away. No, it's not. Not far away. It's actually really freaking close, really close. Chapter 12, subjective control. Okay. Your imagination is able to do all that you ask in proportion to the degree of your attention. All progress, all fulfillment of desire depend upon the control and concentration of your attention. Attention may be either attracted from without or directed from within. Okay, pay attention, y'all. This part is good. Attention is attracted from without, unconsciously, or attracted from within, consciously. Okay? Attention is attracted from without when you are consciously occupied with the external impressions of the immediate present. Okay? So when you focused on what's going on right now, right? When that's what you're giving all of your energy and your attention to and your thought energy to, then you attracting from without. Okay? Your attention is directed from within when you deliberately choose what you will be preoccupied with mentally. Okay? So you decide, I am the master of my thoughts and actions. When you deliberately choose what you will be preoccupied with mentally, your attention is directed from within. It is obvious that in the objective world, your attention is not only attracted by, but is constantly directed to external impressions. But your control in the subjective state is almost non existent. For in this state, attention is usually the servant and not the master. Okay? In the subjective state, you have no control. You are the servant and not the master. When you are not deliberately choosing, standing guard at the door of your mind, right? Deliberately choosing these thoughts that you are thinking, you become overwhelmed by them because you're not the master, you're the servant. So now you just feeling all types of ways, right? Whatever pops into your mind, it has the ability to change your vibration, to change your frequency, to change your mood, to have you feeling all crazy, right? Not the way you ideally want to feel as your highest and best self. You wouldn't feel that way. All right. You are the passenger and not the navigator of your world. There is an enormous difference between attention directed objectively and attention directed subjectively. And the capacity to change your future depends on the latter. Okay. When you are able to control the movements of your attention in the subjective world, you can modify or alter your life as you please. But this control cannot be achieved if you allow your attention to be attracted constantly from without. Mm. This control cannot be achieved if you allow your attention to be attracted constantly from without. Why? Because you the servant, not the master. Each day, set yourself the task of deliberately withdrawing your attention from the objective world and of focusing it subjectively. Okay. So basically what we already been doing, right? What we already decided we was going to do, take that time, 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, and just use that time to go where we want to be, right? Go assume the wish fulfilled. In other words, concentrate on those thoughts or moods which you deliberately determine. Then those things that now restrict you will fade and drop away. The day you achieve control of the movements of your attention in the subjective world, you are master of your fate. Ooh, don't that sound nice? We getting powers left and right. We like magicians. We masters of our fate. Once we can control the subjective world, the world where we from without, where we don't really have a whole lot of control, once we grow our mental awareness enough to control that, we are the master of our fate, right? And it takes time. It's not easy. You will no longer accept the dominance of outside conditions or circumstances. The dominance of outside conditions or circumstances. They won't dominate you. You will dominate them instead. You will not accept life on the basis of the world without, right? Because you know you have everything. Having achieved control of the movements of your attention and having discovered the mystery hid from the ages that Christ in you is your imagination, you will assert the supremacy of imagination and put all things in subjection to it. Okay? So that's where we're going to stop at. Nice 33-minute read, right? Ended on that master number. And that's where we're going to stop. So if you took some value from that, drop me a 111 in the chat. Okay. 111 in the chat if you took value from that. I definitely feel like every morning we're adding more, but it's basically the same stuff, right? And repetition is the mother of skill. So it's good. We have power, y'all. We have control. I honestly, truly believe that, right? And as a man thinketh, so is he. If I think I'm out here with superpowers, superhuman, able to change the world, that's what I'm able to do. If you out here thinking that, that's what you able to do, right? And the reason why I really feel like that is because I done already told y'all so many times before, I've done the freaking work part a lot, like the physical side. I've mastered the physical side of success, right? I got the degrees, I got the career job. I did that. I did it. It's done. But I still wasn't where I wanted and needed to be, right? Where I know I could be, right? I could have settled and stayed where I was and been happy with what I had gained and achieved. I know that, but I wasn't truly happy, right? I know I'm turning 31. Like I couldn't see myself in that capacity for 20 more years. And that's it. Like that's not it for life or my life, right? So that's how I know. Yeah. And when you start studying wealthy people and when you start studying and you see how they don't even, a lot of them don't even really, they don't have education. So what's the difference, right? What makes them different than somebody that got all the smarts, somebody that got all the skills? What makes them different? It's their mindset, right? Crystal says so many MOCs. Yeah, it's so every day, right? Because we aware. And that's what feels good, to be aware, to be knowledgeable about these things, because this is not something that somebody was going to teach you just because, you know what I'm saying, like at random. I'm teaching y'all because I care, and I'm learning as well, right? We doing this together. So, this, I got the education. They're not going to teach you this. They're not going to tell you, oh, you failed that test, go sit down, go to your dorm, and imagine you gonna ace that test next time. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. They're gonna tell you to go study harder, do more physical work. Yeah, you do need to do that part, right? You can't not do it. But man, your body follows the mind, right? If you already in your mind thinking you to ace that baby, maybe that's how I did everything that I wanted to do, basically. Because I already knew that I could, right? I had that strong belief in me, right? I had that strong belief in y'all. Like we about to change our whole life. It's already happening. If your life changing, if your life has been changing since you've been a part of the book club, drop a 222 in the chat. Let's see. I want to know. I want to know who's been being blessed by this every single day. Because it's a blessing for me to do it every single day. I'm definitely being blessed every single day. And I feel like I'm doing something really good for the universe, right? Like I am contributing to the evolution of humanity, right? In a good way, in a very, very good way. So yeah, that's what it's about. It's about every day being happy, every day striving to be 1% better than you was yesterday, being kind to yourself, not being like a normal person would be, right? If you fail or if you make a mistake, like, your faculties is so much higher than that. You know so much more. You know what I'm saying? Like how things really happen. So you don't have to be that hard on yourself when you make a mistake or when you fail or when your attitude is not as chipper as you would like it to be, right? You just keep working, just keep doing the work. And eventually, listen, I don't know what's eventually, but eventually we gonna be where we supposed to be, right? In divine right time. I'm not putting time on nothing. Everything is in divine right time. Everything is in divine right action. This book club was divinely formed by me and the universe and y'all. And look, our growth is gonna be in divine right time. I honestly, truly believe that. So that's it for this call today, y'all. It is the weekend, so I won't be back tomorrow, but we will be back Monday. Let me see, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. On the 8th, we're not gonna have a live on the 8th because I have some stuff to do for my license. But I'm gonna pre-record something and drop it on YouTube. So y'all will be able to go view that on YouTube on the 8th. That morning. It won't be live, but it'll be there for you. And yeah, that's it. Crystal said, get back up and try again every single time. Every time. The difference between the big shot and the little shot is the big shot kept on shooting, right? The big shot just kept on shooting. So we big shots. We're going to keep going every day, keep learning, keep growing, keep being happy, keep spreading light, and we're going to be repaid in kind, right? It's a seed. It's a seed. So the harvest will come when it's time. So that's it, family. I'll check my messenger, queen. I'll get back to you. That's it. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Protect your energy, protect your peace. I am your sister in love and in light. If you go back and watch this replay, please drop me in the chat what you loved most about the read. Rate my read. How did I do? Let me know. Talk to me. Interact with me. I love to see that. And yeah, we back in the morning. Let's go. And this one.